gentlemen, welcome you fine beautiful faces. I hope you're well. Welcome to another quick little Battleborn video. I keep getting asked quite a few questions, and they all seem to be the same kind of thing. And it is literally, there seems to be 5 predominant ones, and I'm quickly going to go over them with you. You may know them, you may not. If you don't know them, then great. Hopefully it'll be a little bit of advice for you, and maybe when I see you in Battleborn, you'll be a little bit more clued up and be able to help us win, I guess. But this little thing here, this big ass shard, or all shards in general, should I say, but these big ones, specifically these big ones, within Meltdown, which is what we're playing right now, they spawn 2 minutes within. So when the timer at the top of the game actually gets to 28 minutes, look on your minimap for the big shards. The reason I say this is, you need the shards along with the little ones because obviously they all add up. But what you need to do with these shards, especially Meltdown, is you need to be doing the buildables. You need to be building the turrets. And as you can see there, activate gear on the lower right of my screen. It will also allow you to use the loadouts. So the gear that you select for your character or your loadout. So you can select 3 pieces of gear which will become your loadout. So with the buildables, pretty much this is going to be the funnel. This is going to be the bottleneck where your minions will meet, or the enemy will meet, or you'll meet the enemy, so forth and so forth. What you want to be doing is, depending on what side you are on, is literally you want to be building these turrets right here. You want to be building that turret, and if we just run across to the other side, because it is exactly mirrored, you want to be building the same turret in the same location right there. Look, those. So those 2 turrets right there, in my opinion, are probably the most important turrets that you need to be building within Meltdown. Main reason I say this is because they will be offering additional DPS to the minions as they come past. And obviously they'll be doing DPS to the Battleborns, the enemy as well. Which is always helpful and always good, because the more DPS, the better. It's as simple as that. But people overlook the shards and people just collect the shards. But no, seriously, spend them on buildables, spend them on turrets. If you run past a turret that is yours and you see, oh, okay, I've got enough spare shards, I can upgrade the turret, then do it. It's as simple as that, really. Same with if you find these supply stations. These supply stations are freaking key. These will actually help heal you. If you got a little bit of damage or missing a little bit of health, instead of running back to your spawn, for example, or teleporting to your spawn, you can maybe just quickly run up here and get a little bit of health from the supply station. Plus, if you want to use the shards to activate your gear, as you can see here, then do it. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Don't stockpile your shards. Spend them. Don't be scared. The more you spend, the better, and the better of a fighting chance you and your team have. Seriously.
Let's do that again when you're a little less dead.
Tip number 2 that I want to quickly talk about is probably stuns or just general crowd control. Chalet has a really good CC actually. She can throw her shield at you and stun you for a few seconds, which is absolutely amazing. It's so badass as well. And main reason I say this is, if you're coming up against Arendi, for example, you can tell when Arendi is about to do her special pillar attack, which does an incredible amount of damage, especially if that enemy player knows the correct gear that they should be equipping. It will pretty much do a huge substantial amount of damage to you or even your sentry. And stunning is majorly important. As you can see there, I just shadily stunned Reyna a little bit. It's allowed my turret in the back there to get a little bit of additional DPS on her, as well as me shooting her. Stuns are so freaking important. Don't use them in terms of DPS just to try and finish someone off, unless you know for a fact that that one stun or one attack or one skill, special, whatever you want to call it, is actually going to kill them. Try and use them for actually CCing the enemy, or even the minions. Stunning is really good against thralls on incursion, because the amount of DPS and damage that thralls do is quite nasty, I will be honest. And if they're going up against the sentries, if you can charge in, stun the thrall, it'll probably allow the sentry to actually do a decent amount of damage to that thrall. And in some cases, if it's a little minion, or even if it's an enemy player, for example, the sentry will probably be able to finish them off. The next tip I want to quickly go over is probably melee attacks. Now, you guys probably won't realize you actually have a melee attack. So, I'm on the PlayStation 4 right now, and it's actually circle. So if you can run up to someone, you can see there, Montana just flicks them. It does a little bit of damage, but it also can be a little bit of a knockback, which is really good. So if you've got someone that's proper tagging on you and chasing you around and sticking to you, if you could do the melee attack, that's really, really good. Especially if you're reloading, for example. Like if you're reloading your gun and you just want to quickly flick them away so you can get back into your area, for example. If you run into your area, you have a shield up so they can't actually get you within your base. That little bit of a knockback, that melee attack, is freaking so crucial at saving your life. It is definitely something that gets overlooked. Like, honestly, the amount of people I've played with and they're like, oh, we have a melee attack? Really? Oh my god, I did not know this. And then you show them and then they start running around and just start knocking everyone back. It's really, really funny. So yeah, guys, on the PlayStation 4, it is actually circle. So I imagine on the Xbox, for example, it'll be, is it B? I think it's B. But you have a melee attack. Use it, guys. Don't be scared. Use it. Another one that I keep getting asked, and we just quickly touched on it about activating the gear via shards as tip number 1. I keep getting asked, where's the best place and how do you actually get gear? Well, I found that pretty much you can get a decent and a substantial amount of gear to start with from completing and running through story mode. And completing it multiple times. It's as simple as that, really. So at the end of it, depending on your score, whether it's bronze, silver or gold, which will depend on how fast you can complete and how many credits and so forth you'll get at the end of it, and depending on how many players you're actually completing it with, so whether it's 2 players, 3 players, 4 players, or even a full team of 5, and the difficulty, so normal or advanced, will also increase the multiplier and so forth and help determine what kind of gear you'll get at the end. Some cases you may get actual decent gear like this. So example, we've got firmware update 151C, which is a legendary piece of gear, or you may just get some common drops, which are the silvers or the whites. But you may also find that you will actually get a loot pack. Now, I don't have any loot packs, but this is where the loot packs would be if I had some. Now, if you want to get some loot packs to try and get some gear, you can go to Marketplace and spend your credits pretty much. As simple as that, really, and open up a loot pack. But as you can see, some of the loot packs actually require you to be on, well, a set level to be able to get some. Now, you may also see right there on the right at the top, PlayStation Store. I don't know if that will allow us to actually buy the loot packs for real currency, or if it will allow us to buy credits, which we can then in return use to open up these loot packs. I imagine it'll be the latter. I imagine it'll be credits. I don't actually know. Nothing's been actually said to me. Maybe you guys know when the actual full game comes out. But my advice to you guys is, if you want to try and get some gear straight away before you even attempt PvP, then go and do the stories. All these loot items right here have actually come from doing the stories 3 or 4 times. I do believe I've done them. But as you can see here, I've got a mixture. I've got legendaries, I've got rares, I've got epics, I've got commons. It's as simple as that, really. And as you can see here, you'll probably find that you get 2 of the items that are exactly the same, but the roll on the stats are slightly different. So it's up to you which one you keep or which one you delete. It's simple as that. If you delete it, well, then you'll get some credits back, which you can then stockpile to buy some more gear. But guys, seriously, go and get yourself some gear. The last tip that I really want to talk about is probably assists with support classes. A lot of people seem to be getting confused. Like, I have trolled through some of the forums that assists don't seem to be giving you anything. Like, you seem to kind of overlook them in terms of, alright, I'm just getting assist, I'm not getting a kill. Like, a lot of people seem to have the mentality of that they need to get a kill to get XP. That is not true. As long as you're playing support and you're doing everything in your power to add support to the actual game, so whether it's healing or, for example, you're throwing the cloud of spores, which I just did there to help do some damage to the little minions, you're going to get XP for assists. It's as simple as that, really. So the more you're doing as a support class to help support your team and you keep getting those assists, you're going to keep getting a nice chunk of XP. You don't need to be running in, you don't need to be charging in to get the kills, because let's be honest, it's not going to happen if you're playing a support. You're there to predominantly help support your team. So don't stress and don't worry about, alright, I'm not getting a kill, so therefore I'm not getting XP. No, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep getting support, keep healing your teammates up, keep putting the shields on your teammates if you're playing as Khalees or Reyna, for example. And by all means, keep doing that little extra additional DPS if you can. And it will all add up and all help. So basically, pretty much, to recap is, If you're playing a support class, keep doing your support damage, or keep playing as support. Keep throwing in that little extra DPS, keep throwing in the heals, and so forth. Also, don't forget, you have a melee attack, which on the PlayStation 4 is actually circle. And you see there, we're just knocking them all back right now. Which I freaking love. I love Miko's skill. It's so good. Collect all the shards that you can. So bear in mind, when you start a game within 2 minutes, the big shards will spawn, which will obviously give you a decent amount of shards. Use those shards to build stuff. If you're playing Incursion like I am right now, try and build an elite bot, or try and use your loadouts. As you can see right here, I've got, and now I can use. And also try and use your stuns. If you're playing a character that's got stuns, as in crowd control, then use it. Try and learn your enemy. Try and pinpoint and figure out when exactly they're going to cast something that could cause you a decent amount of damage, or cause you some pain. I.e. Arendi and her pillar. Her pillar will actually do a crazy amount of damage. It is absolutely insane. And if you need to go get some loot straight away, get some loadouts, get some gear and stuff, then try and do story. Story is a great place for you to get some gear, get you learning your character or your Battleborn. It's a good place to try out the other Battleborns as well without jumping straight into PvP and basically getting your ass handed to you. So guys, hopefully those 5 tips will get you rethinking a little bit about Battleborn. It'll hopefully get you possibly utilizing your shards a little bit more, or if you're playing a support, just get you doing that little extra bit of DPS or a little extra support to your team. But honestly guys, I will see you in the Battleborn. Hopefully that will help you. But guys, I'll see you later. Look after yourself, take care, and have fun.
We will return.